What is up, everybody? We are back with another video. I know it's been a hot minute since I made a video on the Cloudline, but we are back with another video about a JJW keyboard. I have the Moment 60 today. Now, the Moment has been a board that I have been really interested for quite a while, and was actually one of the first high-end keyboards I really knew about. And I kind of figured out about this board after I got my QK65, right before I got my Frog Mini, and I was like, wow, this board's really nice. But then I saw the price tag, and I was like, you know what, maybe we need to hold off on it. Extras come out super expensive, but here I am now with one of them. I got this off Mech Market, and it is a really, really nice board. So this board is a gasket mounted 60%. So, you know, I mean, pretty standard stuff. But this board uses what's allegedly called half gasket, where the gasket's only put on the bottom half of the gasket tab. And I don't know if this is what's causing it, or I don't know what it is, but this board has a decent amount of flex for what it is. And allegedly, and I say allegedly, this has an aluminum plate in it. I got this off Mech Market, already soldered in with switches, and I didn't take the PCB out of the case. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an aluminum plate because it kind of sounds like it, but it's really flexy for an aluminum plate. And I really like that. It's kind of different. It changes it up a little bit. And also, this board does lean a little bit more towards the deeper side of things. I don't know if it's mainly just the switches I have in it, which are the Gateron CMs, or if it's just the board just sounds deeper, which I think it does based off Alex Zodos's build and all of it. So yeah, this is just, I guess, a generally deeper sounding board, which if you were really into that, I guess, thocky or marbly sound, this board would be pretty good for that if you got foam. But again, this really doesn't need foam. It's really good on its own. So the options you have were WinKey, Winculets, and HHKB, and you could get this in Dawn, which is a, I guess, bluish kind of color, a bluish grayish maybe. Dusk, which is what I got, which is kind of a purplish kind of hue to it. And there is an E-White and a Midnight version. So yeah, that's a dark grayish kind of color. But as you can see, I have the Dusk here with GMK Fuji on it. I really, really like this. It's definitely one of my favorite looking 60% here. And as you saw in the title, I said this is probably just the definition of a premium keyboard, because that's what this feels like. That's what JJW boards feel like. I know Gion's boards, it's he doesn't do a whole lot with the design of them, but they sound good. I mean, I guess from a looks standpoint, Gion's boards are just really nice keyboards. JJW has a lot of intent with curves, small engravings. You definitely cannot see this on the camera, but there's just subtle lines and designs on here, curves. I even have the derivative here as a comparison, which, you know, this is not about the derivative, but I might as well go ahead and show it off. But yeah, JJW boards just have a lot of intent to it, and this board I feel just strikes it. Just a nice, really good looking bezel across the board, good curves, good weight. I mean, it has a lot of intent. It's designed well. It doesn't need any sort of force break like the Cloudline. It doesn't need any sort of foams. It sounds good. You just throw it together, and this is just going to be a peak board in your collection. Just trust. This is easily top 5 in my collection currently, and it's just, I have this board on my desk a lot, and I don't really see that changing too much soon, because this is probably the best 60% in my collection, other than the Even Echo, which you see up there. I'm really bad at pointing through cameras and all of that, but yeah, there it is. But yeah, I think, you know, this is just a very well designed 60%. And I guess since I've been talking about the sound, here's a sound test of the board with Gateron CMs on aluminum. So yeah, that's how the board sounds. I think it's, again, a really solid board. It does lean a little bit towards that deeper sound. Yeah, this has no foam in it or anything. I mean, it's just a really good board. No force break, nothing was done to it. And that's kind of nice considering, I guess, spoil alert for the derivative. Yeah, you need a force break for this thing. Came after the moment. I mean, is what it is, but yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about this board because it's just really well designed. I mean, JJW did a fantastic job putting this together. And again, JJW boards, if you're looking for something cleaner, nice smooth aesthetic with curves, just a lot of intent put into the board, just get something from JJW. Now, you can't get this in stock anymore, which it sucks, right? But luckily you can find them on Mech Market for like right around that $400 mark, right above 400, like about 430-ish. So I mean, just go on Mech Market. It's not too hard to find them, I don't think. But again, it's like, just kind of get lucky that you find one for a good enough price and then just cop it. I mean, it's a solid board. You're not going to be mad with it whatsoever. I think this is just a good board for anyone's collection if you're just looking for a really nice and premium looking 60%. So yeah, that's about all I got. Again, I think this is a little bit of a shorter review, but just because I don't have a whole lot to say about this board because it's just nice. This is an experience you need to try on your own. The only things I can say about this board are that it's good and that it's good, because it's like there's not really any cons to this board. It's just a nice 60%. And I feel like it's just worth talking about, or at least putting some sort of word out, just because, I mean, I feel like I don't see this board enough. I went to the Texas meetup whenever it happened back in like April-ish, and I think I was like probably the only person with a moment there, and there were a ton of keyboards there. But yeah, I mean, give this board a shot in comparison to the derivative, because that's the best thing I got, which is JJW's other 60%. I currently like it more than the derivative, which I guess, I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but yeah, I probably just need to get a new plate for my derivative. But yeah, this board, peak stuff right here. Go get yourself one of these if you're looking for a high-end 60%. That's all I got. Thanks for listening to me yap. Adios.